quite a bullish recovery today in quite a lot of crypto. So let's talk about, is this enough to be a recovery? Are we going to see some follow through? Is it enough to say we've made a bottom and can we buy it yet? Well, let's talk about Bitcoin first of all, because last night, although we were headed lower, we had bullish momentum. In other words, we were in an upswing with the CCI and in a lot of daily momentum indicators. And this has played out. What we've seen today is a bullish reversal in short term in Bitcoin. But is it enough to make a new high and send us higher and get us above the daily 20 moving average and really put in a reversal? If we look at this as a candlestick, if we close up here where we are now or a little bit higher, this is in candlesticks called a bullish piercing line pattern. So that's when you make a new low and then you close more than 50% of the previous day's drop. With all candlesticks, it's really important the level that you're bouncing off. Like, you can't just pick out a candle in a random sequence in a trend. They work best when you use support and resistance as well. So in Bitcoin, when we apply the rules about the support and resistance, have we got any support and resistance here? Well, yes, we have. First of all, 7,400 is the 50% back of the rally. So that's quite a common level. It's the low from this drop here before we bounced. It's the highs here. So there is a bit of a support and resistance level here. It's 50% back and a bullish candle. Now, there's a few hours to go between here and the close. But will still be a bullish piercing line pattern as long as we close above 50% of this red open close. So in Bitfinex prices today, it's got to close, the daily close needs to be above 7,600. And then it's a bullish reversal. So then we are looking to see if we can go higher from here. And what else should we be looking for? Well, bounces from a 50% usually meet resistance. So I'm going to go down to a 4 hour. Usually meet resistance at 50% going the other way. So if we put 50% going the other way, we've gone beyond it. So I think it is looking pretty good. We're set up pretty nicely on our hourly for a 4 hour buy signal. So it's a tentative bullish reversal, but it's only going to be really valid if we break these prior highs where we failed at 7,800. But yes, the 50% pullback, the trading back above the 4 hour moving averages, the kind of breaking this 50% symmetry means that it does look unusually good for Bitcoin. So of the supports that we looked at, it's pulled back to the highest one of them and rallied pretty nicely. So this is what I'm looking at. I think it is tentatively a really good buy, but we need to buy pullbacks in an uptrend. So for example, if we were looking at here, 15-minute pullbacks, you don't just buy the highs on the close. I would tentatively, my trading plan is going to be, if we get a daily bullish close like this, I'm going to buy a little, and then I'm going to buy a little bit more when we break above 7,800. And if we get to 7,800 and we fail again, or we make a lower high and roll over, so that this is just the first leg in a bigger ABC correction. So that would mean something like this. Remember, we did this up. We could very easily do this back down again before we go higher. So if we make a lower high and we roll lower, or we fail at the previous highs, then I will hold back, sell it, and then wait. So that's my plan for Bitcoin. It looks very positive, but what we could also see, would be more unusual, I think might be a triangle pattern or something like that. But I'm going to let it unfold. But in terms of price action, support and resistance, what we like to see, it is quite encouraging in Bitcoin. That's what I mean. So it might be a bottom. We need to wait for confirmation. If we're going to look at some of the other coins, Ethereum, let's look at Ethereum US.